Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm not sure what to call this type of videos yet, but basically, what we will be doing in this type of videos, or this series, is talking about the history about a specific tank. Today's video, for example, will be on the famous German Tiger I. How it originated and what are its pros and cons. So, you can suggest a name for the series in the comments below. But anyway, let's get started. What we have showing now, is the Japanese Tiger. It wasn't actually produced during and after World War II, but if it did, I guess this is how it would look like. The later part of this video will be recorded on the actual Tiger I though. The difference between this Japanese Tiger and the Germans, is the gun length. The 88 on the German Tiger I is longer. But anyway, let's start with the history of the Tiger I. The Tiger I originated from Germany during World War II under the name, Panzerkampfwagen 6, or basically, Panzer 6. It got its name Tiger from Ferdinand Porsche, one of the two manufacturers chosen to compete against each other for the design of the Tiger. So, now we know where the name originated from, but the history over the tank design was a bit more complicated. On the 22nd June 1941, when the Germans launched Operation Barbarossa, they were shocked to see the Soviets' T-34 and KV-1s as the tanks that were in service, then the Panzer IIIs and IVs, could barely penetrate the armor of the tanks the Soviet had in service. The Panzer IIIs with their 5 cm armament, could penetrate the T-34 sides at a short distance, but it will require quite a number of tanks to take down one T-34 if that's the case, since the T-34's front was basically immune to the guns that were mounted on the Panzer IIIs and IVs at that time because of their well-angled frontal armor. The KV-1s with their 90 mm of effective armor, 75 mm of armor at the sides and 70 mm at the rear, were basically immune to every gun the Germans had in service then, except for the 88 mm flak gun. So it became clear that the Germans needed a new tank, with a better gun, and the 88 mm flak gun was the perfect choice, since it could penetrate the T-34 and KV-1's armor at a long distance. Since the 88 mm flak gun was originally an anti-aircraft gun, mounting it onto a tank would require quite a bit of effort, and two manufacturers took up to the task to design a tank that could mount the large gun. The winner will win the contract to manufacture the Tiger tanks. The two manufacturers are Porsche and Henschel. Both of them are using the turret designed by Krupp and both managed to mount the 88 mm flak gun. The two prototypes were then presented to Hitler at Rassenburg, on April 20, 1942. The difference between the two designs were the turret position and the type of engine that they used. Henschel's Tiger had the turret placed at the middle, whereas Porsche's Tiger had its turret placed at the front of the tank. Henschel's Tiger made use of a 21.35 liters, 12-cylinder, Maybach HL210 engine. Whereas Porsche's Tiger was using a gasoline-electric hybrid power unit. Eventually, Henschel won the contract because Porsche's hybrid power unit used too much copper to manufacture, which was a limited resource Germany had at that time. Expecting to win the contract, Porsche built 100 Tiger I chassis ahead of time. After Porsche lost the contract to Henschel, 91 of the 100 chassis were converted into the Panzerjäger Tiger, also known as the Elephant or Ferdinand. Throughout the rest of World War II, 1,347 Tiger Is were produced, ultimately phasing out due to the production of its successor, the Tiger II, or King Tiger. So, there you have it, the history of the Tiger. Now let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the Tiger. Let's start with the pros. The Tiger had a frontal armor that was almost impenetrable for the Allies' tanks at that time. The Tiger I also had a powerful and accurate 8.8 cm KWK-36 gun, which could successfully hit targets from 1,100 meters. And a decently powerful engine that could generate 690 horsepower, which gave it a speed of 45.4 kilometers per hour. The cons. The Tiger was expensive to produce, therefore not many Tiger Is were produced, as compared to the Panthers, Panzer IVs, and the Panzer IIIs during World War II. The weight of the Tiger also pushed its suspensions and gearboxes to their limits, therefore the Tiger was prone to breakdowns very often. The 100 mm of frontal armor on the Tiger's hull proved effective against the Shermans with their 75 mm gun, the T-34 with their 76.2 mm gun, and the Cromwell with their 75 mm gun. But it was vulnerable against the Shermans when the Shermans were upgunned to the 76 mm gun, the T-34-85 with their 85 mm gun, and the British's 17-pounder. The Tiger's weight was also a problem. The crew needed to check if a certain terrain was suitable for the Tiger. If the ground was not sturdy enough, the Tiger would sink into the ground. The Tiger's weight also made it impossible to travel over small bridges, therefore it had to move underwater, which took about 30 minutes for setting up. So those were the Tiger I's pros and cons. I know that there are many more pros and cons of the Tiger I, but these were all I was able to find for now, and besides, if I were to really describe all the pros and cons, this video will take forever to complete making and viewing. So, that's it for this video. I hope that you have found this video interesting and maybe learned one or two things. But most of all, I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video. Leave a like if you did, it will signify that you guys like and want more of these videos. Also, subscribe if you haven't so that you'll know when I have a new video up. I have quite a few interesting World of Tanks Blitz videos that are coming up soon, so look forward to it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.